The number is 33. That is the all-time mark for consecutive wins in a season. Right now, our Washington Wizards are at 32, and we have been wait, Grady Dick is hurt? What happened to him? But he's got the yellow cross, so he's playing. We'll keep an eye on that as we go along. Rebound to me off the miss from the Raptors. This is SeasonLongBaller. Oh, got Kuzma on the cut. Oh, he left it short, gets his rebound. Doesn't convert. The Wizards go 0 for 2 on that trip, and no one has scored yet. Quickly dribbling. And now over to Barnes. Barnes gets around Sarr and scores. And the seal is broken on this game. 45 seconds in, it's 2-0. This is SeasonLongBaller. And we are trying to tie history with the 71-72 LA Lakers. That's Wilt Chamberlain and Jerry West. Elgin Baylor is also on that team. Coming downhill against Quickly. Kick it back out to Kuzma. Back over to Sarr. To Valanciunas in the corner. Now up to me up high. Under 5 on the shot clock. I'll drive. Floater in the lane. Drops. And the Wizards have their first basket. Now we did beat the Raptors a couple weeks ago in our live stream. We played a back-to-back since we were staying in Toronto for consecutive nights. So we have had success against the Raptors. We have swept them so far this season, but we will see if they can stop us here on the verge of history. If we do happen to beat the Raptors today, Pirtle got around Valanciunas. We'll be facing the Sixers in a couple of days. Face the Sixers on Wednesday to see if we can actually break the record. I had been saying the Pacers, but I forgot about that Sixers game in there. As Pirtle misses the first one badly, and the score will remain tied at 2. For your starting lineups for the Raptors, Quickly, Grady Dick in the backcourt, along with Barrett, Barnes, and Pirtle. And for the Wizards, that's the lineup you may be familiar with now if you're familiar with the channel. Got Coulibaly cutting behind Dick there. And we take the lead 4-3. Summerz, Coulibaly, Kuzma, Sarr, and Valanciunas are your 5 for the Wizards. Wizards have already obviously clinched a playoff spot. This winning streak has really pushed us in some uncharted territory, especially if this was the real Wizards. The real Wizards have never had a winning streak over 9 games. Can you believe that? 9. That is a low mark. Now, a team known as the Washington Capitals, or the Washington, I think it was not to be confused, of course, with as I hit the 3 there. Let me shut up and get on play. All right. Barnes takes the shot, misses. I've got my second rebound. Wizards up by 1. We'll talk about that Washington franchise again in just a moment. Pass over to Kuzma. Kuzma back up top to Sarr. Working against Quickly. I'll back it out. Now driving against Quickly. Right hand scoop is good before Pirtle was able to react. And timeout taken by the Raptors. And the Wizards have a 3-point lead. It is 9-6 in favor of the Wizards. Now, I was trying to remember what this franchise is that I have seen. Yes, it was the Washington Capitals, which is not the hockey team. Spelled Capitols. Obviously, the hockey team is ALS. But this team was a member of the Basketball Association of America, so that's before the NBA. That team did have a 20-game winning streak. All right, Raptors after the timeout. Now Brown has checked into the game for the Raptors. Poole is in the game for the Wizards. As Quickly hits the jump shot. I was trying to make sure that was Quickly. And we're halfway through the first quarter. It's a 9-8 lead for the Wizards. All right. Let's see if we can go. With Grady Dick hurt, let's try to put him in some pick and roll action here. Plenty of room when I get around there. Kicked it back to Coulibaly over to Poole. I thought Coulibaly, maybe I should have shot that. Poole takes the shot. He misses. And a good block out by Brown on Coulibaly. I was messing around in the backcourt and almost left our defense in a compromised situation there. Screen from Brown. As Dick had the open shot there, but the screen from Brown, offensive foul, and the Wizards will get the ball back. All right, Poole, give me the ball. You know you don't get the ball right now. All right, driving around Brown And I will get the three-point play opportunity, and the Wizards are up by 3 again. If you're new to the channel, Season Long Baller, we are about to shut up on these free throws. We do not like missing free throws.
At the line for the Wizards, number 4.
Free throw rattles home, and the Wizards now have a 4-point lead, 12-8 with 2:22 to go here in the first quarter. Now, we have the Raptors over the years have proven to be a difficult game for us at times. As a matter of fact, on NBA 2K23 in our first season, as Poole gets the steal on the pass from Pirtle. Let's see, Poole dribbling over to Valanciunas. He pump fakes. Now to Kuzma up top. Now to Coulibaly. Coulibaly drives against Dick and gets the ball ripped by Barnes. Wizards are back, however. Barnes, oh, that's what I get for ball watching. Left quickly, wide open in the corner. He nails the 3, cuts the lead to 1. And with 1:48 to go here in the first quarter, the Raptors are hanging around. But on NBA 2K23, the Raptors were the only team to win the season series from me. They beat me twice, and I only beat them once. Some pretty sloppy games, too, low-scoring games. But the Raptors did win that season series, so I don't underestimate them. 12-11 is your score right now. And Poole, remember, Malcolm Brogdon is still hurt for the Wizards. We'll come downhill on the screen from Coulibaly. Back to Coulibaly. He hands off to Kuzma. And now Kuzma comes downhill and is fouled by Clint Capella. And yes, Capella was traded from the Hawks in our simulation here. And so that's why you see him on the court for the Raptors, and he was traded for Olynyk, I believe, is who he was traded for in our simulation. And speaking of simulation, yes, I know the Wizards have all kinds. As you see, we're checking out of the game, so we'll see what happens here in the second quarter. All right. Oh, Toronto with 4 minutes exactly gone left here in the second. Toronto has the lead. As you see, Bagley the third, Kispert, Valanciunas, Poole, and Summerz are your 5 for the Wizards. We'll go pick and roll with Bagley the third. Got the lob to Bagley the third. We have not been on the same page here recently. You've seen some horrible turnovers by me, but I got the ball to Bagley that time as he skies over Barnes. And the Wizards will cut the lead in half. Mitchell bringing the ball up. Looks like Mitchell, Barnes, Pirtle, Brown, and I think that's Abaji for the Raptors. Poole with the ball, bringing it into the front court, over to Kispert in the corner. Kispert back to Poole. Poole hands off to me. Working against Brown, back to Kispert in the corner. Kispert to Poole up top, straight on. Now looks like he'll get a screen from Valanciunas. Under 5 on the shot clock. Poole is true, and the Wizards are up by 1 by virtue of Poole's 3. 5 straight points by the Wizards have taken the lead. It's 32-31. We're halfway through the second quarter. This is Season Long Baller. Thank you for joining us. Glad that you will start your week off with us. Brown gets a good look at a 3. He misses, though. I was able to get a little defense in on him. Bagley the third with the rebound. Up to Poole, up to me. Crossover on Brown into the paint. Kicked it over to Valanciunas, who got around Pirtle. Good pass for me. And I dropped my 3rd dime in this game to go along with a pair of rebounds and 10 points. And the Wizards' lead is now 3. Barnes working against Bagley the third. That's that was bad defense. That was just bad defense. All right. Coming downhill. 2:15 to go. Dribbling up top against Brown. We'll go pick and pop with Kispert. Kick back out to Kispert. Not enough room to get that shot off. Over to Poole on the wing. Back to Valanciunas up top. Now to me. Not much time on the shot clock. I'll miss the 3. And the rebound to Abaji. He brings the ball into the front court. Kispert picks him up. Over to Mitchell, the former King. Backs it out against Poole. Now he comes downhill, gets around Poole, kicks it over to Brown. And Brown is blocked from behind by Bagley the third, but he will pick up the foul. That was going to be hard not to get the foul there, but Bagley the third will force Brown to make these free throws. First one from Brown is good. I was going to say with the Wizards that I know I was talking about a trade between with the Hawks and the Raptors in our simulation. But yes, The Wizards, our Wizards, definitely don't look like the real Wizards with all the players that the Wizards moved out. And, of course, Chris Middleton and Marcus Smart are not on our roster here in our simulation. And Valanciunas is gone. Kuzma is gone among the Wizards. Bagley III is gone. All right, pick and roll to Sarr. Oh, I thought Sarr was going to take the mid-range there. He didn't. Quickly is back in the game. I'll dribble around quickly. Kick it to Coulibaly. The three is off, but Valanciunas gets the rebound. He pump fakes a few times. Left-hand layup is good. And the Wizards take the lead again by 1. Barrett brings the ball into the front court. He asked for a timeout. So with a minute left to go here in the second quarter, the Wizards have a 36-35 lead. All right. Into the front court, side out by the Raptors. It looks like the Wizards have their starting lineup back in for this final minute plus in this first half. All right, I'm guarding Quickly. Quickly now has the ball in the corner, up top to Dick. He still is slightly with the yellow cross there. Coulibaly picks him up. Shot clock running down. He's going to force this shot over Coulibaly. He misses, but Pirtle gets the rebound. His follow is missed. Kuzma with the good rebound. He pushes into the front court. Over to me. Pump fake. Quickly doesn't go for either of those pump fakes. Now I kick it to Valanciunas on the baseline. His left-hand shot misses. Rebound by Barnes, and Barnes didn't even have to jump for that. Barnes goes behind the back, right to left. Now left to right into the paint. Over Valanciunas, off the glass, misses. Valanciunas with the rebound, up to Kuzma. Kuzma to me. I've got plenty of wow. I did all of that just terrible. Not only that, I didn't follow my shot. After talking about always follow your shot, kids, I totally messed that up because I had plenty of room, plenty of time. You see how I aimed that almost? That's probably why I missed it. It took too much time. Study long, study wrong. Dick takes the three. It rims out. I've got my third rebound. And that is how the first half will end. Wizards with a 1-point lead on the verge of history. We'll see you in the third quarter. All right, beginning of the third quarter. Again, Wizards on a 32-game winning streak and can tie the record held by the 71-72 Lakers if we can pull off this victory, with the opportunity to break the record on Wednesday against the Sixers. But it's just a 1-point lead here. Screen from Kuzma. Kuzma rolls. No haps. Back out to Sarr. Now 3 on the shot clock. Into the paint. Back over to Coulibaly with Grady Dick in his face, and he misses. All right, Barnes gets the rebound. Raptors have an opportunity to take the lead. Just underway here in the third quarter. This is Season Long Baller, and boy, did I leave quickly. No, that was Barrett that was wide open. I was messed up on defense talking. Into the paint. Oh, I was going to throw that to Valanciunas, but Barrett played it well. He shadowed Valanciunas there. Kuzma takes the shot from the key, hits, and the Wizards have a 3-point lead, 38-35. Again, the Wizards haven't lost since mid-January. Lost to 20 to the Timberwolves, who did not have Ant. Oh, good pass by Barrett on the cut from Pirtle. Pirtle's right hand is true, and it's a 1-point lead for the Wizards. 4:50 to go here in the third quarter. Both teams with their starting lineup. Pass to Sarr. He nails the three over Barnes, and that puts the lead back up to 4. Quickly, Dick, Barrett, Barnes, and Pirtle are your 5 for the Raptors. Summerz, Coulibaly, Kuzma, Sarr, and Valanciunas are your 5 for the Wizards. Barnes up top over to Quickly. We got a little bit of a screen there on Barrett on me. Now Pirtle sets the screen on me. Quickly takes the deep 3, nails it. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Cuts the lead back down to 1, answering the Wizards' 3. Bringing the ball into the front court. Right now we're at 10, 4, and 4. Coulibaly was driving against Dick, but gets the reach-in, draws the reach-in foul by Barrett. And honestly, we need to really be taking advantage of Grady Dick since he's hurt on the defensive end. All right, Sarr on the sideline, side out. Quickly picks me up. We'll post up Kuzma. Let's see if we can get Kuzma against Barrett here. Into the paint. Kuzma works. No double team coming. He fades over the left shoulder, misses. And Pirtle gets the rebound. Nothing but Raptors under the basket. Dick is driving. Now working against Coulibaly. He dropped. Nope. Still dribbling up top. And, Kuzma with the steal. Reached in. And now Coulibaly driving. Well, I thought he was going to try to be a little more aggressive, but still dribbling. Now to the baseline. Pump fakes a few times. Back out to me. Under 10 on the shot clock. I've got Barrett guarding me. I pick it up, give it to Coulibaly, back to Sarr, over to Kuzma. Kuzma takes the shot with Quickly in his face and misses. Rebound Barrett. Barrett over to Barnes. Barnes is picked up by Sarr, though. Spins into the lane. Bounce pass back out to Dick. And now he gets a screen from Pirtle. No haps, though. Over to Barnes, back to Dick. Now under 5 on the shot clock. I'm guarding Barrett. Barrett drives, takes the mid-range, and nails it. I didn't think he was going to make that. But that puts the Raptors back up by 1. And it is a 1-point lead here. The Raptors are not going away. And, wow, with 2:55 to go, I'm coming out of the game. Interesting choice by Brian Keefe. But with a minute and a half gone by in the fourth, I'm back in the game. Wizards with a 4-point lead. All right, let's see if we can get something down the stretch here to secure the victory. Summerz, Poole, Bagley the third, Kispert, and Bay are your 5 for the Wizards. Pass over to, yes! Got the nice lob to Bagley the third. And was that Boucher? I think, no, I'm sorry. No, that was Capella. Boucher has been traded, I think, in our simulation. But Capella's head was turned, so I was able to get the long lob there. That pushes the lead to 6, and I've got my 5th assist of the game. Capella sets the screen and rolls. Mitchell backs out. Capella comes to set another screen. And now goes into the paint. Pass over to Capella on the baseline. Back out to Barnes. Barnes pump fake, shoots with Kispert in his face. Misses. Good rebound by me over Capella, who has killed us in the past with rebounding. To Kispert in the corner. I cut. Good pass from Kispert. Right hand is good. And a quick 4 points gives the Wizards a 72-64 lead here in the fourth. Again, trying to get that 33rd straight victory as Coulibaly and Valanciunas have stood up on the bench and going to the scorer's table for the Wizards. Barnes against Kispert. Left hand is good. Cuts the lead to 6. We'll dribble the ball into the front court. Poole is open. Was that Poole also over there? No, Poole's on the floor, so who was that? I missed somebody there. All right, pick and pop with Kispert. Coming downhill. Back to Kispert. Barnes didn't leave him. Now Poole, who has Brown on him, to Bagley the third up top. I've got room, but under 5 to go. I'll drive. Pump fake over to Bagley the third. Shot is missed. I'm blocked out by Mitchell. Well, there's Boucher. Okay, I'm wrong. There is Boucher right there. Sheed now backs out. He takes the 3. Nails it. He had if I remember right, he had a pretty good game against us last time we played during our live stream, but we were blowing out the Raptors. That cuts our lead in half. And now both team starters have re-entered the game. 2:39 and counting here in the third. Wizards with a 3-point lead and history on the line. Coming downhill after the screen from Kuzma. Left-hand layup over quickly is no good. Too high off the glass. Barnes gets the rebound up to Dick. Now working against Coulibaly. Again, he dribbles up top. Over to Quickly. Crowd is chanting. Quickly. Now drives into the paint against me. And good defense by me. He threw it off the bottom of the glass, off the bottom of the rim. Coulibaly comes out the pack with the ball. Up to Sar. Now over to me. All right, let's see what we can get going here. Let's go, again, trying to put Grady Dick in the action. Coming downhill, pass, got it around Grady. He turned at the last minute. But I was able to get the pass around him. Coulibaly converts, and I've got a half dozen assists to go along with 5 rebounds and 12 points. Barnes gets it around Sar, and Sar sends it into the first row on the baseline. Minute 44 to go, 5-point lead for the Wizards. It's 74-69 in favor of the good guys. Look at that block. Sar has been good at getting us some blocks. And you may have seen over the last 30 days, one of these stats came up where the Wizards have been among the league leaders in blocks, or well, have been the league leader in blocks over since the All-Star break in the last 30 days. Barnes in the post against Sar. Into the paint. I don't know, was that right or left-handed? I didn't see it, but he missed. Sar gets the rebound. Good defense by Sar. Barnes tried him. In the corner, I'll take the 3 over quickly. Released it slightly late. Pirtle gets the rebound. I was trying to go for a kill shot there. That's got me in trouble, of course, this season. Euro from Barnes. He misses, and Sar gets another rebound. Barnes has not killed us this season. And I think a lot of that, I've got space. I'll pump fake, though. And I think a lot of that is because Sar has been playing defense on him. We'll go pick and roll with Sar. See if we can get him coming downhill. Got plenty of room. Quick floater before Barnes was able to come over. We were able to score there. And the lead is now 7 with just under a minute to go. Barnes again driving against Sar. Pass out to Quickly. Straight on 3 is missed. Another good rebound by Sar. He gives it to me. I'll come up, take the 3. And again, I released this. Again, going for the kill shot. Did not work. Quickly drives on me. The left hand. The layup is missed. Good defense by me. Sar with another rebound. Sar dominating the glass here in the 4th. Now I've got Dick on me. I need to take advantages. I do drive. Hang in the air, and I'm fouled by Pirtle, who came over to help. And we'll shoot a pair of free throws. It could be a foregone conclusion. Now 27.6 to go. First free throw is good. I'm up to 15, 5 and a half dozen assists. And now an 8-point lead for the Wizards. Does that mean it is time to start thinking about breaking an NBA record against the Sixers in Philly? Hit both. 27.6 to go. Broke my own record. Broke my own rule talking about a record. Barnes brings the ball into the front court. Again, working on Sar. He has not been able to he got Sar in the air there, but didn't take advantage of it. Quickly takes a step back on me after getting me to jump. Valanciunas with the rebound, and that's going to put the wraps on this one. I'll walk it into the front court. The Wizards have tied the NBA record held by the 71 and 72 LA Lakers. 78-69 will be your final score. We'll go for 16, 5, and 6, and that is a wrap. I really hope to see you on Wednesday when we take on the Sixers in Philly. And remember, this Sixers team is not like the real Sixers team. Our Sixers in the simulation are way healthier than the real Sixers. You will see Embiid, Paul George, Tyrese Maxey. So it's not like they're going to be a pushover here. Good. Got the player of the game. That's going to do it for Season Long Baller. Much appreciated. Always love when you join us for this. And again, hope to see you on Wednesday when we take on the Sixers to try to break the NBA record. That's it for Season Long Baller. Thank you for joining us. Much love. Peace.